Tony D and Little Joan, and this is a screenwriter's rant on Seneca, starring John Malkovich as the great Stoic thinker who was the mentor to Nero. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. The links are in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys books 1 through 17, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So, I'm sorry for the late screenwriter's rant. You ever get so mad at movies you forget to make your fourth video? That's how mad I got at movies today. But I'm crashing out soon, so I wanted to look at this movie. The trailer popped up. It was actually made in 2023. I don't think it came out. I guess they had it in the wings. I'm not sure. But the trailer was all over the place today, so I guess it got a release. I don't know. Did somebody already see this thing? I think it's already on Prime. It's the story of Seneca. So, who was he? Well, he was a Stoic. You know what Stoic means? It means you don't bother people, basically. And the idea at that time, Nero was out of control. He was a total maniac. If you've never read about Nero, he's actually a fascinating figure from Roman history. But John Malkovich was sort of his mentor, or Seneca was his mentor, not John Malkovich. Seneca was. And so Seneca believed that, Nero was, you could see that the kid was just beyond corrupt, just hedonistic, totally, he was really psychotic, I think. And, that Seneca thought he at least tempered some of that. But eventually Nero turned against him and ordered Seneca to kill himself. And so this is what the movie's about. Now, for some reason, they don't call him emperor. They call him president. And here he is wearing sunglasses. So I think this is sort of like a fusion of new and old, maybe a bit of a modern take partially, so it's got kind of a weird vibe to the whole thing. I'm not sure why they're doing that. It seems like they have enough props and costumes to do it, like normal Roman stuff. I'm not exactly sure why they went this way and started calling him president. Is it a Trump thing? Please don't tell me it's a Trump thing. God, that would be god awful. This is finally a role like a guy like Malkovich can sink his teeth into. I would hate to hear that it's just another stupid Trump metaphor. But it looks fine. I would check this out unless I heard it was a Trump metaphor, and then you can go F yourself. But so first act, it's sort of business as usual in the Roman Empire. Nero's running amok, and probably loosely follows the historical events. So, not sure where we are in Nero's reign. I think this is probably before he burned down Rome. And, Seneca does something that I think there's an assassination attempt on Nero that fails. And he believes Seneca was involved. So he decides, oh, that's it. I'm ordering you to kill yourself. And then gives him some time to set his affairs in order. So Seneca starts doing that. He starts telling the people he loves. And like his wife gets very upset, obviously, and a few other people. And then, according to history, Seneca, deletes himself. Probably shouldn't have said that on YouTube. Um, and his wife's so distraught she attempts to do so as well. But according to the historical record, at least the one that's on Wikipedia, the wife is saved by the Romans. They feel bad for her. I don't know. Who knows how true that is, whether Wikipedia or the actual record. So this is a drama about, it's probably like a metaphor for someone dying, kind of, but at the same time, it's touches upon all the historical stuff and working for a bad regime, a good man working for a bad regime and trying to bring it, some sort of tempering it. And did he make the right decision, or should he have just fought it from the beginning, kind of thing? Should he have just, taken a sword and stabbed him in the head, Nero? Um, so I would check it out. I think it could be good. I just don't understand why they made it 2 years ago and kind of shelved it, but sometimes they do that for various reasons. Let's read the write up. A look at the relationship between Seneca and Nero, the infamous emperor. They call him president in the movie. He mentored since childhood and who accused him of plotting his assassination. Starring John Malkovich and Tom Zander. Rome, 65 AD. Emperor Nero's tyrannical regime has reached its zenith. Nero's self-indulgence and excesses brings up the opposition against him. Conspiracies threaten his power. By all means, Nero tries to defend his despotic claim of sovereignty. The famous philosopher Seneca has been Nero's teacher, mentor, and close advisor since childhood. He is significantly involved in his ascent. Nevertheless, Nero gets weary of Seneca, and Nero uses a foiled attack on his life to falsely accuse Seneca of being an accomplice. Okay. So, yeah, that sounds interesting. Of course, if Seneca mentored him from childhood, you think Nero would have not have been a psychotic a-hole, but there you go. So maybe it was the hands-off Stoic teaching that kind of screwed him up. I don't know. But I would check this out. This would be one that John Malkovich, he's got acting chops. He's a good actor. So I think this would be a good role for him. There's been plenty of Nero movies. I don't know if there's been too many that focused on Seneca, so that's kind of different. But you got to read about, if you haven't read about Nero, read about Nero. He's kind of an interesting character. His last words were, "Oh, what an artist dies in me," supposedly, and which is kind of amusing considering how out of control that guy was. So the movie isn't quite as fascinating as the history is to me. I mean, but with John Malkovich in the lead, I think it might be a cool performance to watch. Yeah. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D and Little Jones. Sorry for the late night videos. I don't know what's been going on with me lately. Keeping the vampire hours again. Tomorrow, I'm going to the grave site of Joe Mulliner, the famous highway bandit in South Jersey. Hopefully to get you a video of it. Sunday, I'll be at the Toms River comic book show, The Spring Fling, at the Elks Lodge in Toms River, New Jersey. 10 to 4, so join me for that if you're in the area. Otherwise, I'll see you on the live stream at 7 o'clock on Sunday. Hope to see you there. We'll see you